Hey everybody. So this is an account that you guys haven't seen on the YouTube channel at all. And a lot of you probably think like I use this account to funnel gold towards my main, but no, that's actually not the case. I've actually sent this account 50,000 gold at one point. So if anything, it hurt my main account to get this account set up. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to show like I don't really play on this account much. I got about 160 hours playtime. Right. So that's why I want to point this out is that this is with the 160 hours playtime what you can get just by passively collecting the rewards, right? And I haven't played in a while, so you're going to see that. Yeah, see, I got a returning bonus, and you only get this when you don't play for like 30 days. So I haven't played in the last 30 days, so that's why they're giving this to you. And that's what makes some of these like side accounts. Like if you're going to play a side account, you really just do this. You just collect the daily logins. That's the most important part. But again, I gave up on this because I have 21 characters in my roster, so I just didn't see a point. See, I'm broke. But I want to show how to play the account quickly and efficiently to a degree here with these accounts. Straight up, because I can't. Um, with this account, what I used to do is I used to basically just do the Araya and the Argoses, and I'd pay for the bus, and then you would still profit on the account. So that's what I was doing to keep this account moving forward. I would just slowly move it forward in the background of my other account moving forward. Just to, the goal with it, once my wife stopped playing, was to kind of, I was going to make a series out of it and show like, without spending any money, without putting in any real play time, how far can you kind of get just by collecting the daily logins. And I think I've done a relatively good job of that, especially because a lot of people talk about how the engraving is the problem. And I just had somebody put a comment in my videos literally about having a multi-pally account concept. So I felt the need to do this. I had to. And I'm only swapping. Oh, I did it for the DPS. That's right, because the DPS will help me get Throne Spire. Like, there's a lot of resources. Like, I had to learn some things. So if you make a roster like this and you do like 6 characters or 6 paladins or something or 6 supports, just remember you need at least 1 DPS because it makes it very hard to get through the content, or you're way later on Throne Spire and stuff like that than you should be. Like you should be able to do it at a certain point, but if you have only supports, you're gonna have to wait a little longer beyond that point. Daily guild donations too, so that helps you get resources on the account. Yeah, okay, so he was the event. It's a cool account. Like I actually should come play it, like because it wouldn't take me long. But the problem is like you just don't find content anymore, or you don't find groups. All right, so like for me to get the gold out of this, or actually I probably could get into one of these lobbies. That's the thing. Like people's requirements to get in are probably so low now, but I don't get gold from a lot of things that I used to get gold from. So obviously, oh, but I got Procon's protection. Like I actually should do. I should play this account still because the account has pretty good chances of progression, and I'm not one of those people that uses the resources on my other account. Like I'm not. I never did, because like, I always wanted to see how far this account could make it. But yeah, look at this. Like I should jump into one of these really quickly. I really, really should, especially if they're willing to accept me. But I never did Chaos Dungeons on this account. I just want to point that out. Like, look, that's why it's still like I did it for the things, the pieces, but never did Chaos Dungeons. So let me just show you really quickly because I spent 5 minutes kind of BMing or just talking bullshit. So here's how you can quickly get your weeklies done. I would recommend avoiding dailies if you can. Like if you look at the account, I've been trying to work my way towards certain things like Omnium Star, right? I'm just gonna skip it if I can. Yeah, I got tickets. Obviously, because the Omnium Star will make. I don't know why I'm doing this because I'm genuinely giving up on the account. Like I want to play the game less, right? And a lot of you are going to be like, oh, this is part of why he's burnt out. No, listen, I have 160 hours. Like, I really didn't play this account. And that's what I'm going to show you is that you don't really have to play the fucking account. So even that, like, I really don't do that often, or else these would be done by now. Do you know what I mean? I'm just doing the bare minimums. Like, I'm just trying to get the wealth rune. I'm just trying to get, like, if you look at the collectibles on this account, I'm not even going to pull up the report because that's even sadder, but see what I mean? Like, I have nothing. I have nothing on this account. I'm genuinely trying to just get a couple of things. Like the gold, obviously, would be nice. But I want the, the way card. I want the, obviously, the wealth rune and the skill points. So I got to get the hearts. And that's kind of where I stopped. Was because I started realizing, like, fuck, how much work we actually put in back in the day. And that's kind of why I just don't want to do it. I just don't care. But if you have a second account and you're trying to funnel gold out of it, there is still ways to funnel gold. So on an account that you don't put any playtime into, it can be really hard to accomplish a lot of these things and get this all done. And so what I'm going to try and show you is an easy way to do it. So what I was doing on these accounts, or I should say account, there's 2 of them, but what I was doing on this account, because I made another one that was supposed to be, but I just never did it. You don't have playtime for that. I want to get this banged out fast without low effort, right? The lowest effort thing here isn't cube, isn't silver. It's not doing your dailies daily. It's the Guardian rates, and here I'm going to show you why. Because you don't really care about this account's progression, and this is what I'm assuming. You might actually care about your account's progression. I did not, right? Do you see what Guardian it's hovering over? Now let me show you why. because I'm going to go in here, and this is actually really good for events too. It's really good for events as well because I'm going to get the tokens for the event without actually doing the hard content. Right? So I actually, and this is the thing, this is why this account has progressed as far as it has progressed, is because I did this the entire time. So every time an event came out that gave us these little rewards, a lot of people probably struggled to get enough tokens to keep up with the shop. But if you're doing something like this on the account, you got to imagine, right? Especially with rest, because you're not going to be doing this unrested on this account. So you're going to get 200 for the first clear, 200 for the second clear. That's 400 from 2 Guardians back to back. And these Guardians, other than the walk time, take literally like 20 seconds. Literally like 20 seconds, and you can solo them. So this is what I would recommend doing for your side accounts. It's a very, very fast way to get your gold up and all that. And the cool thing is, because it's rested, it's going to add 2 to that goal. So you do 2 today, and then you do 1 tomorrow. And same thing, you do that with all the characters. So you play 2 days of the week, and you're playing literally less than an hour, unless you do what I do, which is ranting, running around, and being stupid. And your progression matches. Like, you will literally keep up. Like, your characters and account will be able to keep up to a degree. And like I said, I haven't really played this. Like, I haven't signed in a month. So... Now, I should sign in every day this month. Now that I've signed in, I might actually sign into this account every day this month. Not maybe play it, but at least take advantage of it. But look at that. Look how fast that was. Bam, 2. Right? So then you just do another one. You have 4, and then you're going to do it one more tomorrow. So this is the easier way to do it. Now, I'm going to show you what I was doing as another method to speed this up. And I was going to the guild shop, and I was buying tickets. You can see that in the Ebony Cube video. But I was buying tickets in the cube shop with the guild donations, right? So the whole point in donating guild stuff, right, was so that I would get the free resources. I'm like broke as shit on this account though, but it was so I would get the free resources, right? There we go, nice. And I wasn't so much getting like the great honors and stuff out of it. I was really using it just to get the boss rush tickets, because an easier again way on this account to get content done and then to add to the guild contribution was to get lower level tickets, cube tickets and stuff. That's why you don't really see these, right? And then you only have to get up to silver. You only have to do like a couple floors. Like, you don't have to do that much to get this done, to get your weeklies done, right? So this isn't going to complete today. If I wanted to complete this today, like when I was playing really diligently on this account, I would do what I just did there with you guys, and then I would go and I would do the Challenge Guardian, because that counts. And so the Challenge Guardian provides you 1 soul each time you do it. So you do 2 of them today, you'd get at least 1 character's weekly done. But I stopped doing that because you end up playing the second day regardless. So you might as well just fucking wait and do it. There's no spinning it any which way. Like, it's a lot of work to do this shit. It's a lot of work to play this game repetitively. It's a lot of work to just get to this point in the game. Here, we'll see if we get a 1 tap for the video. Not really a 1 tap, but... Oh, especially with these books. Like, I really... Like, this is the thing. Like, in an event like this... I'm not gonna go for complete broke, but... So I'm missing out. So like for this account right now, this has got to be one of the most important events for this account, because actually what's funny is I started this account during the last Grand Prix event, which is actually why that's wicked fucking funny. Like, that's wicked funny because I really did. I started this account during the last racing event, the Narudi racing event, and now we're on the second one a year later. So this is what a year's progress looks like on passively playing an account. And passively, because it's 160 hours. Like, I think, let me just get to where I want to get to. Go check stuff out. But that's it. You guys got, like, the majority of it. You play the account by doing passive concepts, like, that time. So it's a really efficient account. It's a really efficient way to play the game, too. Like, if you're someone who just doesn't want to play that much, you just want to enjoy the content here and there. You don't really care, but you want to keep up to a degree. I wanted to make this because it is possible. Like, it is possible to keep up with a minimal amount of playtime and to not put a lot in, right? Because 1480/1490 is the main pally in this account, right? It's got 160 hours of playtime on this account, right? So to have a character at 1490, basically the end of the game right now, right? Which means that I could get this character relatively to a con if I play diligently, right? Or at least as diligently as I play my main account. 10 hours, 20 hours a week, right? Or more, really, but that's kind of the point I'm making. So this is what you can create with a passive amount of time. So I just want to tell everybody that there is hope. Like, you can... Just keep playing the game. Keep enjoying the game. I'm mad about what happened with the Econ release, but I'm mad because I'm looking at it from an elitist point of view. not from a standard point of view. I'm looking at it from a point of view where I'm trying to like dog the game and accomplish as much as I possibly can. And that's just not the way it works sometimes. So we're gonna swap back to the main valley. You know, again though, like for me to get the gold out of this character would suck because I'd have to go hope for a free. And this is why I was doing it. This is why this was so dirty. Like because it's free carry no bids. Like it was all profit. Like this account was really easy to manage. The hardest part, the reason why it has 168 hours of playtime is because of fucking lobby simulator. Genuinely, like I would come here and then 500 gold no bid, pay by book. Oof. Oh, okay, that's for bots. Never mind. But yeah, you get the point. See, there's no lobbies anymore, and that's why this wouldn't work. And that's kind of why I put the account down too, was because when they nerfed everything, or when this started dying down, like months ago, 6 months ago, when everything started to slow down hard on Argoses and on those, it made it really hard to start getting into groups for the gold. And that's why when that new player made that video about it, like I actually connect to that a lot. A lot of people are like, oh, but they reduced the amount of gold you need and resources. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If these players are at 1445 and 1460, this is their two main sources of gold, which they're going to be buying the bones and stuff. So chances are they're not getting the whole amount of gold for at least 2 weeks or more. But then in addition, their majority of their roster, if they have one character at that threshold, is going to be below that threshold, right? So if the majority of their roster is below that threshold, that means that their gold sources for a while are supposed to be coming from here and supposed to be coming from here. And because the content is already dead, they can't even get the gold that they need. You know what I mean? So I'm very disappointed in that regard. And people are like, oh, we'll get bust. But no, it's not. It's not, because there's not enough new players for these busters to value the time sitting here in a lobby. It's not quick enough, you know? Or they're just not on at the same time, you know, the bus or all the kids that need a bus. So yeah, but that's all. It's just, that's all I wanted to show you guys. It's really not that complicated. Another part that was extremely difficult on this roster was leveling the Stronghold, because it was so far behind. So I had to buy all the arrays and shit. Like, whereas on my main, I was always up to par, so I could just make all of the stuff when it came out, even if people were unreasonable, especially when the farming came out, right? So I really want to point that out. You know, somebody made a video on making money with trade skills. So this is, if you have multiple accounts, it's really easy to make money with trade skills because you just have so much energy. This is advice for new players. How I got my Stronghold back in the day leveled up so fast was by just making stupid ass shit in the Stronghold. You get XP for this, so I would recommend doing this. If you're a new player and your intent is to eventually use your Stronghold, which is one of the most important things in the game, do this right now until you're up to 60 or whatever the hell the max level is. Just keep spamming this shit, especially if you can only sign on for a short period of time, small period of time. Just, you need to be doing shit like this because it's quick, it's efficient. So you kind of just saw exactly what I do. It's not. I do have a friend group that they play multiple accounts and they do funnel their mains. So I'm not gonna say names because I actually don't really like that sometimes. But that was kind of my goal at one point with this. So, but I have a friend that they play, I think, about 12 characters, or a little bit more than 12, but they play 12 main characters between 2 accounts, and it has allowed them to basically, what he does is he uses GeForce, and he plays both accounts at the exact same time. So he'll do his Chaos Dungeons together, he'll carry one character on the Guardian Raids, like he'll just sign both characters into something, and then use one of the two to just carry the content. In my opinion, I don't think that's more efficient. Like, I'm thinking that his stuff is taking longer because of it. So it is more efficient probably to a degree, but nah. Depends on how overpowered they are, right, for the content. But yeah, I just don't see the value in it anymore. And I've tried telling him that. Like, there's just not. There's really not. Our community didn't accept the game the same way the Korean community did. So, like, bussing culture is already kind of dead. It's not dead, but it kind of is. The people who are bussing Clown and Brawl are probably the only ones making any money off of it anymore. And maybe even Hell Mode buses. But the customer base has to be low as shit. Like, I bet they're probably waiting in lobbies a lot longer than they used to. You know what I mean? To get customers to show up to pay. So...
Let's go. Yeah, public enemy number one. When we mobbing, trouble in the streets, here we come. What is poppin'? Public enemy number one. And we mobbing. Bring it on, bring it on. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Trouble on the way. I want my revenge. Welcome to the payday. Hungry for destruction. Crazy for the cray. Better clear the exits. Make a way to vacate. Ready to raise your riot. I wanna raise a solid. say we psycho, the baddest. There's a method to the madness. 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 Yeah, but there's a method to the madness. We gon' do it our way, never needed the kudos. Kill 'em with the chaos, only way that we do know. Lawless and ruthless, that's a dynamic duo. That we get the job done while you running your food home.